It's a pleasure to still be talking to someone like yourself. It's a pleasure to be back in this video game debate that we're in. It is a pleasure to do something fun and not full of ego-driven bullshit for once. Come on, man. Round of applause. Let the Devil Dragon music play since we're talking about video games. I got my camera and my flag crooked because tonight is a very special night. For one of the very few times I get to do something and talk about something that I love. So let's get down to it, Brother Smooth. Let's get down to the facts. Let's talk about video games for a second. Excuse me. One of the greatest video game songs of all time. Double Dragon! Everybody give it up! Come on! And we're back. So we're talking about video games, Brother Smooth. We're going to get right down to it. I know that was a long intro. I know. But the bottom line is this, and I love the bottom line. That's where the profit is. I'm going to answer you back directly. You talked about Street Fighter. We'll get to that later. I do want to bring up that you did not mention Guile. You mentioned Blanca and Ken and some other people. It's about Guile. The fact is, and this is a true fact, look it up. Guile was so good, and was so good against Ryu. Being that Ryu was the Japanese character, they had to nerf or downgrade Guile for every other edition of Street Fighter. They had to make sure Ryu was better than Guile. And that's why I played Guile. Get it? I didn't really play Ryu. I'm good with Ryu, but who isn't good with Ryu? Makes no sense. Speaking of Japan, you talked about your military service. I congratulate you, and I respect you on that. And honestly, Brother Smooth, the insults, the short yellow bus, and you not being a military man, those were all traps laid out. You were supposed to react a certain way, and you didn't. So I don't have to go into my don't ask, don't tell jokes. I don't have to. I could. And they're brutal, but I don't have to. And they're a little disrespectful. So, sir, I thank you for your service. And there we are. But back into video games. You see, you dodged the whole Call of Duty question. The whole Call of Duty explanation. And that's good. But what you did was put your focus on racing games. You focused on, I think it was called Forenza or something, whatever. The wannabe Gran Turismo of the Xbox. Which proves that you're an Xbox guy. That's fine. But the better system and the better video game capability is on the PlayStation. Not the 4. I don't even have a 4. Who cares? The 3 was good, but it wasn't great. But the PlayStation 2 is better than anything the Xbox could ever provide or put up. Now that is the undisputable, undeniable truth. And I'll show you why. As you lead the pace in this conversation, you flash some video games at me. I will, in return, flash video games back. Hold on. Fighting games. World Heroes Anthology. Every single World Heroes ever made. Do you know about World Heroes? It's like Street Fighter, but the Neo Geo version. It's an amazing game. Excuse me. We're done here. You want to talk about video games, son? Do you know about Robotech Battlecry? For you to know about it, you would have to understand the knowledge of video games and anime. Two things that I am an expert at. No? You don't understand the game? Yeah. It is what it is. It's what I do. Oh, by the way, real quick, if you open the cover, I still have some codes in here. And they're talking about Street Fighter and fighting games. What do you know about Guilty Gear X? Nothing. But if you do, I played as Kai, the god of lightning. Brother Smooth, I can do this all day, honestly. You said Ryu. Ryu is right there. Next to Spider-Man, next to Zangief, next to Blanka, in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Gamers out here. You see, in Marvel vs. Capcom, or the Marvel vs. series, your boy, two-time championship tournament winner. I won 2 championships in tournaments in one of the greatest arcades featured on the East Coast. It was actually featured by GamePro and Game Informer. The place was called Game Time. It was right off of Van Dorn Street in Alexandria, Virginia. It was on Pickett Street. You can ask Brian Carr. You can ask the Assassin. I was a master there. I was also a master in Springfield Mall. It's beyond sitting in my bedroom playing games that I have to respawn in on the internet. It's a fact. Let's go down the line. Some more. Fighting games. Oh, wait a minute. King of Fighters Ultimate Collection. Done. As I still have my PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, not the fat boy PlayStation 2 and the skinny PlayStation 2. And then there's my double versions of the 3s. I had one Xbox, and I love Gears of War. But it got the red rings of death, homie. Done. Do you know about Capcom Fighting Evolution? You see, it was a mix of characters from Street Fighter, a Japanese game that was not released, where there was literally a Tyrannosaurus Rex in the game. A Tyrannosaurus Rex was fighting Ryu in this game. All you gamers, keep this on. All you non-gamers, turn this promo off right now. The shooting games. The best shooting game of all time. Kill Switch. You don't know about it. This game was amazing. It actually introduced cover fire, blind fire, smart AI. It actually introduced the enemy working in teams to get to the special character, to the main guy. And all he wanted to do was save his woman, but he uncovered a stockpile of hidden and stolen nuclear weapons. The main boss was named Archer. You said Soul Calibur 2. Did you? It's right here. But you never mentioned who your character was in Soul Calibur 2. Mine was Nightmare. You were right though when you said that Soul Calibur lost its flair. Soul Calibur sucked after 3. 3 was okay, but the rest of them sucked. It was Darth Vader and Yoda and all these losers. But Soul Calibur 2, Soul Calibur 2 was the most amazing game of all time. My nightmare will crush anyone, as I have won gaming tournaments in it as well.